Welcome back to SourceFedNERD. I'm Sam Basher.
And I'm Philip Molina, and Netflix, your little buddy, your pal, the one friend that will never leave you. Let's talk about your one true love for a second. We're all guilty of binging a show or two.
There's 7 this year alone. Do not judge me.
None of us would judge you because recently the streaming giant announced that they plan to make 50% of their available streaming content all original, homegrown movies and TV shows.
We're talking more Daredevil, more Stranger Things, more Narcos. Yes, please. Who needs a social life, right? Like, let's not pretend like we were doing anything else before Netflix came along, all right?
I do Netflix without the chill. I just do more Netflix.
Am I right?
I've never touched someone this long.
Anyway, the company just announced that it's planning to pour $800 million into their original programming, pushing their debt to over $3 billion.
Yeah, $3 billion.
We freaked out too, then we started to think that maybe they're okay because it's available in every country on the planet except for North Korea, Syria, mainland China, and the territory of Crimea. That's a pretty good chunk of money flowing into Netflix pocket.
What kind of projects do you think we're gonna see over the next few years? Because I mean, if you got all that money, it seems like you maybe could be open to, I don't know, a couple of ideas from a few, I don't know, real young, handsome, kind of bearded bucks in the world of YouTube.
Do you have some pitches for the Netflixes?
Yes.
Damn right you do.
Number 1, you could do a Batman Year One show in the style of Daredevil and it would be a hit. Sure, you skip the origin. Use that idea if you want. But instead, how about you start off with an older Batman nearing the end of his game, have him take on a threat that's maybe a little too powerful for him, make that a section of the season where he essentially is like broken by this person, kind of like the Bane break, but this time it's because he's so old and it's sad and he's broken, but he somehow manages to pull together one last time and stop that threat, but now he can't fight any longer, and that's when you swing full into the ongoing premise of the season. It's a live action Batman Beyond TV show. It's Terry McGinnis that saves him and he has to take on the mantle of Batman, but it's in the future with all that insane technology and old dying Batman is pulling his strings and it's a live action Batman Beyond show.
That ain't bad at all.
No, do it.
But think about this. We've got Batman a dozen times over the past century,
Not
right?
enough.
Not that I don't love me some more Bat, but what if we maybe turn the spotlight to some lesser known DC characters, maybe some grittier characters? Here's, we're gonna get a Midnighter series from DC and Netflix partnering together. This character's been pretty popular thanks to his involvement with Dick Grayson and the Bat family, but he's a much more complicated character. He's willing to kill, and I mean like smushing brains and popping femurs out of throats and shit.
That's an image.
Right? If Marvel is taking a swing at darker storylines on Netflix, why not DC? Not just that, he's a strong LGBT character who would be leading his own series. We'd be able to dive into numerous lesser-known DC and Wildstorm characters. And to top it off, he's got a hideout in space. It's called the God Garden, and he can teleport to it. There it is.
So that's a lot. But I mean, if you like God Gardens and teleporting and space and just sci-fi stuff in general, I mean, it kind of sounds like you should go with my number 3 pitch. Bring back a Twilight Zone style anthology series with guest directors and guest writers. You know how you guys use that algorithm to pair up Kevin freaking Spacey and David Fincher to make House of freaking Cards? Just do that again with all the great directors and writers out there. Black Mirror is really good, sure, by the way, but it's only one voice of one guy about kind of one thing. We're all screwed by technology. But let's see new combos. Let's see Guillermo del Toro direct a story by Neil Gaiman about imaginary friends coming to life and having to team up to rescue their real life kid friends.
Ooh.
Let's see Christopher Nolan do a futuristic thriller where people stop dying and it starts wreaking havoc on the earth and the government has to decide to regularly and systematically kill large portions of the population. Let's see Wes Anderson do an idea that was created by Quentin Tarantino. Let's see Peter Jackson direct a short story about a war of insects and creatures that are in our backyard. J.J. Abrams does a story about a boy whose nightmares become real and he has to encounter his greatest fears in the real world. I don't care, whatever. These are just single episode ideas. And because they constantly toss in different directors and writers and maybe even like the movie stars can be in them, like they're hosting SNL each week or something.
Any questions?
Then we get really high quality episodes without taking up anyone's schedule for too long. And yes, it'll be the most expensive thing ever.
Yeah.
But you have the money.
All right.
So give me this anthology series.
All right, you had me at.
About a boy whose nightmares be...
What do you think about this? A Lego animated series in the style of the Lego movie, which is show run by Phil Lord and Chris Miller. 13 episodes. It's perfect. Don't have to follow the original characters from the movie, but since this world is so vast and they weren't up to mentioning all the other Lego lands, maybe we have this 13 episode series where you visit every land and have crossovers and let all the characters come together during the final episode for an epic battle or something. You got Bionicles and Star Wars crossing over, Superman and Harry Potter teaming up. The possibilities are endless. Hell, you can call it a Lego Dimensions TV show.
And get the rights to
everything.
Get the rights to everything.
Please, get the rights to everything.
Here's the number 5 pitch. Kind of a cheat, but it's multiple ideas for multiple shows, but more graphic novel inspired series and shows instead of just like a one-off movie. We've got the Why the Last Man TV series coming. That's gonna be great. But how about go back and do World War Z again? Not the movie again, even though I actually like the movie, but do World War Z as a fake documentary series about every aspect of how zombies are dealt with. Like an episode that is on the space station. Do an episode on a submarine where you see out the porthole that there are hordes of zombies walking on the seafloor. Go to see what the president is doing in the bunker and what the CDC is really doing, not just that weird one episode of Walking Dead where it's just a sad guy. I want to see the science of it sometimes. Hop all over the world. Give me every little zombie possible story, all set in the world of World War Z. And that's just one idea from one graphic novel. Take graphic novels, split them up into shows. Do it a lot, please.
You mean like a Saga TV show?
Yeah.
Right. But here's the granddaddy of them all. Ready for this? Prepare yourselves. All right, prepare it. Here it goes. Everybody loves crossovers and team-ups, right?
Sure.
Most people have loved every single Adam Sandler movie that's come up, especially over the past couple years, right? So here's my pitch. Every Adam Sandler character teams up to take on the ultimate threat, Rob Schneider. Or David Spade, depending on which offensive character they're doing in a movie. We're talking Happy Gilmore, Billy Madison, Longfellow Deeds from Mr. D, guy from Wedding Singer, the dad from Big Dad, the dad from Click, Little Nick, the animated guy from 8 Crate, the animal trainer from 50, Zohan, either Chuck or Larry, don't really remember that movie too much. The guy from Bedtime Stories that can make dreams real, Dracula from Hotel, and the Pixels. The list can go on and on and on, and they'll start to act the same after a while, so it'll get really confusing. But think about it. Who could stop a powerhouse such as this?
Maybe don't do that one.
Excuse me.
How about you guys tell us what kind of shows you would want to see come to Netflix? But seriously, if anyone from Netflix is watching this, you can go ahead and hit us up directly.
Oh, yeah.
We started a little business email address, Sam and Philip Great Netflix Ideas at AOL.com, and we are more than willing to negotiate.
Our agents are standing by.
That's our agent's email address, not us.
Oh, of course. Why would it be? Pitch it.
Hit us up.
Yeah. Before we start binging another series, let's go watch Rats, a new horror documentary from Morgan Spurlock on Discovery Go. A few of us actually were able to get a peek at this year's Fantastic Fest, and we were blown away. If you're a fan of documentaries, you should watch it.
If you're a fan of horror movies, you should check it out. The story shows how different cities around the world deal with rat infestations, and India and England's methods are real terrifying.
Yeah.
Download the Discovery Go app from the App Store for free, or check out the link below to learn more, and let us know what you think about it.
Be sure to like this video as well, share it, and subscribe to SourceFedNERD. Tune in this Thursday for our final Spooky Fed Nerd live stream event. We're gonna be watching Event Horizon from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I'm excited for it. Thank God it's not Human Centipede. But here's a Philip, here's a Fimo, at Sam Basher, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix, please.
Email
Here's that
address.
email one more time.
For our agents.
How do you put the bullets in it?
Come on, Jess. Jesus Christ. You've seen me play Call of Duty like 1,000 times.
I don't really pay attention when you're playing that. It's kind of annoying.
We're good to go. And you're just like, bam, bam, bam. Oh, fuck, it's so loud. Oh!